Yo, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another installment of the Chelsea Hour. Let's go. How is everybody doing? It's really nice to see when you guys show up on time, unlike me. And it's nice to see when you guys smash the like before we even start the stream. It's really wholesome or humbling. One of those two. Who's texting me? All right, leave me alone. Oh, that's why. But yeah, what's going on, ladies and gents? I'm Marshall DBDX, Casually FC, casual, whatever the hell you want to call me. I don't really care. Big up to every single one of you. Thank you for being here today, tuning in to the hour-long show where I talk about whatever is on my mind, really. The most relevant Chelsea topics and all that fun stuff. And yeah, ladies and gents, we got quite a bit to talk about, as per usual. I mean, nothing really changes here. There's a lot to talk about. And no, we got an important fixture coming up. So yeah, plenty to talk about. But before we do, you guys already know, if you haven't done so already, if you weren't one of the pre-saved geniuses that went ahead and just pre-liked, I should say, the stream before we even started today, go ahead and on your way in, wipe your feet at the door. Don't get mud on the white carpet. In fact, you could even take your shoes off. In fact, I don't trust that you guys are wiping your feet at the door, because those likes, man, those likes, you gotta smash them on the way in. Otherwise, you getting mud all over my carpet, 50K carpet. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do less of that. But yeah, smash up the like button, people. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I went ahead and put the chat back to 5 minutes for subscriber, because, yo, some of you guys be subscribing just to talk shit and then you leave. So if you really want to talk shit, if you really want to commit, then I'm going to make you commit to 5 minutes of listening to me talk and seeing if what you actually are mad about or whatever the fuck is worth your subscribe. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you're new here. 5 minute subscription before you can chat. Join in on the chat. Have your say. I do read the chat here. I'm more engaging with you guys in chat. Priority to the members, always, as always. So big up to you guys. If you're a member, I will be reading your chats first. If it does get crowded in here, I will be reading those chats only. So big up to our members. If you haven't done so already, check out the memberships. 4 different tiers starting at 99p. Links in the description below for more content, and leave a comment down below for your thoughts on the Chelsea Hour show today. So big up to every single one of you. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the last show we did with Miz here. I thought I asked reasonable questions. Obviously, you know, I'm not gonna just try to railroad him with all types of questions of, you know, because you guys know I'm not. I give the benefit of the doubt both ways. If you're wrong, I try to get the benefit of the doubt. If you're right, I try to get the benefit of the doubt. If I was, you know, if everything was going well at Chelsea, I'd probably give you a little bit more negative things or things that can improve, criticism, right? And if things were going really shit at Chelsea, then I would point out the good and some of the good parts of it on top of the obvious bad things. And I would say with Chelsea in recent times, it's been more of the bad than the good. I would say maybe 70%, 75 or 65% bad, and maybe like a 35% good. Maybe I'm being a little too negative. But yeah, so, you know, I try to be reasonable and grounded. And as a result, I do push back against a lot of these over the top narratives that people like to put out there. And so I hope you guys did enjoy that interview, because it is a conversation after all, and I do enjoy Miz and his thoughts and conversations with him. Yeah, I do enjoy talking to Miz and just picking his brain up a little bit. So yeah, we'll have more guests like that. Like I said, guys, slowly but surely as we grow the channel, this show itself, is going to expand and be more than what it is now. But yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. There will be another guest on the next one because we do this twice a month, right? So on the next one, we'll have another guest. But yeah, folks, a lot has happened in the world of football lately. Obviously, we're here to talk about Chelsea. And yeah, before we even talk about Chelsea, just real quick, Darwizzy in the house. You know what I'm saying? Darwizzy. Yeah, greatest footballer of all time. Good penalty, Darwizzy. I'll say that. And I don't even know what happened in Champions League today, man. I just got home not too long ago. I haven't looked at the scores. Let's actually have a look real quick just to get a quick little opinion on that, and then we'll talk on Chelsea. Villa, oh wow, Bruges just shot yourself in the foot with that red card. Villa, excuse me. Villa currently winning 2-0. Arsenal 2-1 to PSV. PSV decided to batten the hatches, and now Arsenal are struggling to score more than 2 goals at home. And the game's still going on, so that's probably why there's not that many of you here. Wow, I just realized, yeah. It's the time difference, guys. I forgot. Sorry. There's an hour skip, and I keep forgetting about it. That's why, yeah, you guys will watch this show afterwards. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I read the comments, so leave a comment down below your thoughts. But yeah, PSG, big up to PSG. Atletico Madrid currently winning their game, and it's a draw in aggregate. So if this result stays the way it is, then, hey, penalties again. Or extra time and then penalties. Dortmund go through. Yeah, we expected that. And yeah, some good games. I got to meet RSM yesterday. So big up to RSM. And we watched the game at a bar. And it was a good time, man. It was a good time. So yeah, big up to Champions League matches, man. Big up to Champions League matches. And big up to RSM. But yeah, ladies and gents, Chelsea. Chelsea's fight for top 4 is on. Yeah, you heard it here. I feel like the second to last episode, I was fighting tooth and nail with so many of you about, you know, when our next win is going to come. And, you know, there's no hope for top 4 and all this BS and nonsense. And listen, we already know how I feel about Chelsea fans. I make it very clear on my Twitter, so follow the Twitter if you haven't done so already. You guys annoy me. And by you guys, I mean probably the Twitter fans. You guys in chat, we have a good time all the time. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more games left, people. 10 weeks of Premier League football left before we head into Club World Cup and the summer transfer window. Yes, ladies and gents. And I did look into tickets for Club World Cup. I may or may not go to 2 of the games, even though it's going to cost me a bit of a... It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg, maybe just a leg or an arm, depending on, you know, the seller, how they feel about arms or legs. But it is going to be a pretty penny. So proper Chelsea and all that shit, right? Proper Chelsea and all that shit. This is going to overemphasize my American accent. Yeah, so that'll be fun. But yeah, 10 more games left of the season, and we are currently, ladies and gents, sitting at 49 points, 2 points ahead of Man City, and 2 points behind Nottingham Forest. And just for shits and gigs, 6 points behind Arsenal Football Club in second. Now, as far as I'm aware, mathematically, the league's not done for Liverpool, but guys, let's be honest here. It's done. It's done. It's done. I believe that if I'm going to do quick math, I believe if Liverpool win their next 3 games, it's probably done by then, right? Yeah. And if Arsenal drop any points. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, actually, no, I could do this pretty quick, actually. So 15. They're 15 behind. That means 5. So Liverpool would need to win their next 5 games before it's sealed and dealed, pretty much. Yeah. With 5 games left, they could win the Premier League. But on the other hand, Chelsea, we got 10 games, and let me tell you, they're not going to be easy games. I'm telling you guys right now. Liverpool has 72 points. And I was doing calculations yesterday. And y'all going to call me deluded. I might be deluded. I might also have high expectations of Chelsea. Some of you accuse me of having shit expectations. Some of you pissed off at me because of how I reacted to the result to Leicester. And I'll be honest with you guys, everyone's playing like shit at this point of the year. Let's be honest. Everyone's playing like shit this point of the year. Mauricio Pochettino picked up in the last 6 because he got players that came back from injury, fully recovered and rejuvenated. And he decided to finally play a system, you know? Teams weren't respecting us last season, so it was a little bit more open for Poch. And this is a little different now. And it's going to be a very challenging final 10 games. I'm telling you guys right now. But my point in saying that is that, ladies and gents, I was thinking about this yesterday. And you guys are going to think I'm deluded. Or you might agree with me. But I believe... Let's just, you know, for the sake of this, right? And big up chat. I'll read chat in a minute. For the sake of this argument. Okay, I'm going to put this in the chat. 49 points right now. Right? That way I don't forget. Okay. Chelsea are currently at 49 points. Guys, I believe that Chelsea can end the season on 72 points. Yep. I believe that Chelsea can end the season on 72 points. I think it's very, 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 very doable. I think we'll make it happen. I got to redo the math that I did and how I predicted the way to the end, but let's talk about it, right? So, in order for me to get to 72 points, that would require math, right? Certain math skills that I'm not very good at the moment. So let me see if I can get my calculator out here. Is there a little history on this thing? No, it's not. Okay, it doesn't matter. So, we need essentially 21 points, I believe. No, 23. 23 points from here until the end of the season in order to end on 72 points. Here's how I believe I scripted this. So, and we'll go over each game a little bit if you guys want me to really, you know, go over each game and how I really think it's going to turn out the way I think it's going to turn out. Arsenal's our next game. Now, Arsenal are not in good form. They're not. They're in horrible form. They just drew to United. They lost to West Ham, I believe, right? It doesn't matter. I won't look into it. They had a game against West Ham, and I think they had another game against Nottingham Forest that didn't go as planned. They weren't wins. That's all I know. Do I think we beat Arsenal? I think we can. I just don't think we will. So, I think that Arsenal will be the better team because Arsenal will sort of play to our strengths. And at the same time as well, Arsenal they don't have a striker. So if Maresca's smart, he'll set up in a way that allows us to pack out the midfield like he has been with the inverted midfielder and all that. And we'll be able to score. However, I feel like in times like this, when we go up against a team where we know, like, yo, the chips are down for them, we should be able to win this. We need to take advantage of it. In very Chelsea fashion, we do not. We did a few times this season in terms of like results, like, you know, Liverpool or Arsenal dropped points and then we picked up a result. We have done that. But when it comes to beating teams when they're down, we're Charity FC. And you guys know that. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. We are Charity FC 100%. So, that being said, I do believe that against Arsenal, it will be a draw. So, I mean, we'll talk more on Arsenal on Saturday because we have a show here on Saturday. But for now, let's just say 1 point against Arsenal, right? I said 23 points, right? Okay. The game after that is Tottenham. I think we win against Tottenham. That's another 3 points. I'll go back and elaborate a little more. Brentford. I think Brentford is a cheeky win, and we get another 3 points. I feel like Brentford's just going to be pure shithousery. Like, it's going to be a shithousery win. Like, it'll be a 1-0, and we somehow, we win. I think it's going to be one of those games where we don't deserve to win, but we got away with it. And it's fine. Okay, Ipswich. Ipswich, I think we run it back. I think we actually beat them this time. So that's another 3 points. Fulham. Guys, I'm going to be so honest with you. We shouldn't have lost to Fulham the first time. I don't think we'll make the same mistake twice. I think against Fulham, it's another 3 points. You guys probably think I'm really deluded. It's fine. It's fine. These are teams we're supposed to beat, right? I'm supposed to have those standards, right? Come on now. Chelsea at home against Everton. I'm giving Chelsea that one. I think Everton are good so far with Dave Moyes. I don't think it'll be easy, but we're at home and we've been better at home than we've been away. I think we can get a result and we'll have players back by then, right? I'll explain more in a minute. Against Liverpool, I think we take an L. I think we lose against Liverpool. I'll be so honest with you. It sucks to say that, but I think we lose against Liverpool. I don't think we get the win again. I think Liverpool do the double on us, and people are going to say Maresca out. Again, at that point. Newcastle. Three points. 3 points. United. Wow, I actually calculated more points here than I did originally. Another 3 points. Fuck. Oh, I fucked this up. Damn. All right, where was I? I just had the history. Where's the history on this thing? Oh, here it is. 19. Okay, cool. 19. Damn. 19 plus 3. 22 points. And then Nottingham Forest. I must have predicted that one of these was a draw. Maybe I predicted Newcastle was going to be a draw. Maybe I predicted Nottingham Forest was going to be a draw. It's at Nottingham Forest. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a draw. Fuck it. That way I stated my number. So that's 23, right? So you had 23 to however many fucking points we have right now. 49, right? And that should be 72. Yep. So I think it's very doable, guys. I really do. So people were criticizing the Leicester game. Here's the thing about Leicester. Like, obviously, we know that we struggle against low blocks still, like every team does. We've been able to penetrate and win regardless of a low block, but it's still difficult for us. So for me, in terms of like, and there were chances, like, let's be honest, guys, if you look at that game again, we created chances. We just weren't clinical. But that's been an issue with us since this bad run of form, since Everton pretty much, where we have just not been clinical. And even worse when you take away the striker in that position, and when you take away Nani, who is a goal-scoring winger, and then you put Cole Palmer in a bad form. It's going to happen. You're just not going to be clinical. It sucks, but what are you going to do? You know, like I can't make a tray of cookies and then afterwards be like, why the fuck aren't these brownies? That's just not how it works, people. We know the team we have. There's nothing new to know about this. So for me, with the whole, Leicester City crash out, it's like, this seems unmerited to me. Like, I get it. The performance wasn't fantastic, but it was better than Copenhagen. And you could, if you really wanted to, make the argument it was better than Southampton. I don't think it was, but... And let's be honest, guys. Last season with Poch, we lose that. Last season with Poch, we lose that. So, and also like, I feel like a lot of people, when they look at these games, they look at it in isolation. They only look at Chelsea and say, "Oh God, it's Chelsea. Chelsea's the only one going through this." With me, I look at everyone else as well to kind of gauge where we're at, right? And we're not the only ones that are struggling against Leicester, struggling against Southampton. I believe Southampton actually had Arsenal on the ropes for a bit. Or no, they had Liverpool on the ropes for a bit. And then Salah with the penalty save him. So it's very much this time of the year, these relegation sides step the fuck up and play ball to survive. And so it gets really, really difficult. Really, really difficult. Now, in terms of the rest of these games, I think it benefits us in the sense that we know Tottenham. Tottenham are going to be expansive. They're going to open up, spread wide.
What do you mean by that?
And they're just going to, leak goals. That's what they do. They don't sit back. They don't do low blocks. They don't believe in that shit. So it's a game that favors us. And even with Cucurella gifting them 2 goals that last game, we still smacked them up. We gave them a handicap and we still smacked them up. I don't believe Spurs are going to give us any issue whatsoever. Not to underestimate them, right? But it's just like, come on, guys. Come on. Like, these players step up for these occasions. They don't want to be embarrassed by, Tottenham. So they won't. Brentford's going to be a tough one. Brentford's going to be a super tough one. And like I said, it's one of those games where we're going to struggle. We're going to be frustrated. We're probably going to have a shit performance. I'll be so honest with you. We're probably going to look like shit on the pitch. But some way, somehow, out of nowhere, in like the 68th minute or some bullshit, I could see someone like a Jadon Sancho or a Pedro Neto coming out of the blue. Sancho coming out of the blue and just scoring. It could be even Caicedo. But they're going to score. And we're going to get away with it. We're going to get away with that shit performance against Brentford. And we'll narrowly escape with a victory. And at this point of the season, I don't care so much about performances, because I feel like at this point of the season, these players are knackered now. These players have been playing through injuries. These players have been, gassed out, playing game in after game out, after game in after game out. And with that being said, I don't care about the performances at this point of the season, because what's more important to get out of that Leicester game, the most important thing about that Leicester game wasn't the performance. It was coming out of it with 3 points. And we need as many points as possible, guys, because listen, even though I'm almost positive it's guaranteed that 15th place will get Champions League this season, I don't want to risk it. Not only do I not want to risk it, I want to prove to people that we're a lot better than what we are. And next season, with the right pieces, we can actually do a title challenge. Because I do believe that as well. I do believe that when we get a striker, right? I don't care the quality. I just want another striker. I think once we get another striker, I think if we get a winger and then we revamp that center back position, the center backs, and bring back Petrovic or another keeper, I think with those 4 key items, next season we can go and really, really give the league a run for our money. I really do believe that. Time will tell, obviously, because you won't hear me say anything about, we're going to win the league or anything. You might hear me say Chelsea are back, but you never know. Anything could happen, and all of a sudden, we're shit. But I do predict that we will be challenging next season, if Maresca's in or not. But that being said, we continue this conversation, right, about the upcoming fixtures. I think Ipswich got away with one with us the first time. We were asleep at the wheel. Their form, they've been playing good football, but the form, the results just haven't been there for them. And I think this time of the year too, they're slowing down a bit. I think we can capitalize on that and get a win again. That one will be like a 2-1 or maybe a 3-1. Fulham is another one too that we were very unfortunate to not come out of that one with a win. And as long as we have fit center backs like a Fofana or a Badiashile, I do strongly feel that we can get out of there with a narrow victory and keep a clean sheet. I do feel that if the mistakes that were made against Fulham didn't happen, then we'd be talking about a different place on the table. Because, guys, I remind you, we were winning that game. We were winning that game, and then we completely lost control of the whole entire bus at the end. Why? Why are you calling me? Why you gotta call me when I'm high? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I gotta check to see what that is. But anyways, so then we go to Everton. Listen, Everton at Stamford Bridge, I think we'll be fine. I'm not worried about it one bit either. I do genuinely feel that, you know, Everton are a good side now. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm not worried about it one bit. Everton are a good side now, but I do feel like when we're at home against Everton, like we can, the quality will show up. And by the way, guys, this is under the notion that by the end of this international break, we'll have Jackson back, Nani back, and what's his face? Badiashile? He's already kind of back. Lavia. We'll also have Lavia back. So with those players back, I do strongly believe that those are some pretty pivotal players to the system that could genuinely really help us finish off the season in top 4 and in second, for that matter, because I'm still aiming to be as high as possible on this table, and I do think Arsenal will drop points more than we do in the last 10 games of the season. So Liverpool, listen, it's kind of self-explanatory. I just don't think we're ready for Liverpool. I do feel that, you know, we won't have our complete personnel by then. Or actually, no, we might. Who knows? It could change, but like, I don't know. I just don't feel good about Liverpool at this point of the season. I do feel like, even though I'm bantering them about the Champions League dropout, they will show up for the Chelsea game at Stamford Bridge, and we will lose that. Now, Newcastle. Guys, I don't know if you've seen Newcastle lately. They haven't been the most convincing. Like, when people think of Newcastle, I feel like they think of Isak, right? And Isak is a good striker, but they think of Isak when he was in good form not too long ago. Right now, he's pretty form right now. He's still scoring, but he's looking a lot more like Cole Palmer was when he was getting GNA but putting on shit performances than, you know, in the beginning of the season where Isak was just shredding people and just scoring 2 braces here and brace there and hat trick here. He was on fire at one point. But yeah, he hasn't been looking that great lately. And the team is very up and down. Results haven't been consistent. If anything, they've been very patchy as well. Like, let's look at Newcastle's recent performances. They haven't been fantastic. Newcastle in the last 5 games only have 2 wins. And if I look at what those losses were, holy shit, dude. Newcastle, oh, that's another, okay, never mind. They barely scraped the win against West Ham. They lost to Liverpool 2-0. They managed to get a win against Nottingham Forest 4-3. But then they lost to Man City 4-0. The same Man City that lost to Forest, but Newcastle was able to beat. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so up in the air, these performances. And it's so hard to tell. See, they lost to Fulham. So, yeah, They're I'm not saying they're not good. They lost to Bournemouth as well, 4-1. I'm not saying they're not good. I do think there's a good team there. But they're just as inconsistent as we are. And a lot of the teams in the top 10, I'll say, are as inconsistent as one another. Fucking nay, bro. This league this year is actually crazy. Fulham are 5 points away. No, 7 points away from us. So from 10th all the way up to top 4, it's a very doable race. It could be anyone's, the top 10. But yeah, Newcastle, the reason I say we're going to win is because, one, we beat them at their own ground. No, we beat them at home. Right? Are we going to St. James's Park? Yeah, we are going to St. James's Park. St. James's Park could be a tough one. But I do feel like we can narrowly escape out of there with one victory because they haven't been in good form. People are really glazing up Isak, rightfully so, mind you, because he was really good and he was on fire at some point, an early point in the season. But he's kind of slowed down a bit. He's still scoring you goals, but he's kind of slowed down a bit. And I'm not as worried about him as I was earlier in the season. And I do think we can really get a game out of them. Then we look over to United. Listen, I know we have like a United curse, but let me get a good stretch there. Whew. I know we have a United curse, right? But I do strongly believe that this United side is absolute shit. That we can beat them blindfolded. No disrespect to United, but you guys are so bad, so bad. I'm gonna treat you just like Spurs. I don't see United winning. I don't see United getting a goal. I'll be so honest with you. Outside of Bruno Fernandes, I don't see United getting a goal. And knowing Maresca, he'll probably lock up Bruno. He'll probably lock up Bruno just like he'll lock up Isak. And we'll be able to win that. We just have to be clinical. And by then, I'm really hoping we'll have Jackson back. We'll have Nani back. These players that have been out of the limelight will come back stronger than they were before because they're not stuck in the loser mentality that they've had to deal with from fans booing at them, from the media criticizing them, from Enzo constantly protecting them, so on and so forth. So because they've been out of that limelight, I think they've been able to refresh their brains and really be positive going into this that they can get the result. Then, the last game of the season, Nottingham Forest Chelsea. Now, Nottingham Forest is going to be a tough team to beat. They usually are a tough team to beat. They're going to go for the win. And I'm pretty sure I predicted the draw because I can't see a world. I can see a world where we try. Pardon me, guys. I am tired as hell. I've been up all night. I could see a world where they play a low block against us, which we struggle to break down without like a proper striker, and so on and so forth. The boring football and all that. But I can also see a world where we defend well and keep a clean sheet. This last game could literally be a 0-0. Like I could see it even being a 0-0. And that's how we end the season on 72 points. Will it be enough to make top 4? I'm almost positive it will be. Because all these other clubs have tough fixtures too. The ones that are in contention. We may have the toughest run. Let's look at Arsenal's run. Let's have a look. Arsenal are tying against PSV. Let's see. They go against Fulham, which is their bogey team. So I could expect them to lose that. Then they go to Everton. Then they play Brentford at home. Yeah, they have to play Bournemouth, which isn't an easy team. We already played Bournemouth. Thank goodness. Yeah. I can't reach out right now. Sorry. I'll reach out in a minute. They play at Bournemouth. They play Liverpool. They play our Newcastle. 3 teams right there that can make them drop points, especially because they don't have a striker. Saka might be back by then too, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd risk it. So that's Arsenal. I could see them dropping points for sure, no doubt, bro. Nottingham Forest. Let's look at your fixtures, wherever you guys are. Yeah, Nottingham Forest drew to Arsenal. Nottingham Forest's last 10 fixtures are Ipswich, United, Villa, who I can see giving them a game and they could drop points on that one. Everton, Tottenham. I don't know how that one's going to go. Nottingham Forest, to be fair, have a pretty decent run of games that maybe they actually don't have to worry about not being in top 4. They think they can make it. They could sit comfortably in second. It's very likely. Because, yeah, their run of fixtures kind of just... Their tough run of fixtures kind of just ended. But, yeah, Villa is a tough one. They got Everton away at home. Tottenham away. Brentford at home. Crystal Palace away. Leicester City at home. West Ham away. And then us. But we're at home with them. Or we're away to them. Which sucks. But, hey, it is what it is. Kind of wanted to end the last game of the season at the bridge. So that's that with them. She likes me for me. Let's see. Newcastle, you're run of games, and you're in the Carabao and the FA Cup. No, did they get eliminated from the FA Cup? I don't think they did. I think they're still in it. Yeah, no, they did get eliminated. They got eliminated by Brighton. Holy shit. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, Carabao Cup Finals is Sunday. That's gonna be fun to watch. They got Leicester United, Newcastle, Villa could give them a game. Brighton could give them a game. They got us, they got Arsenal, and then Everton. So they have some fixtures that they can drop points in. Let me look at what else I got here. And then we'll talk about CPO'S, and I'll get you guys your chats redded. Then, what am I doing here, bro? This is what happens when you don't sleep enough, guys. Your brain just doesn't work right. And so you start losing track of all the shit you got to do. Man City is another one we're competing with. Let's look at your matches. Try again. Try again. Try again. Come on. Okay, there you go. I was going to say, freaking Google wasn't working. Google was just kept telling me to do it.
No. You try again.
That's what it sounds like.
No, try again.
Yeah, I tried again, Google. I could see Brighton giving Man City a game. Bournemouth, oh, that's in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. United could surprise us again and beat City. They already did it earlier this season. They could, just because rivalry in it, you know? Villa is a tough one. Bournemouth is a tough cookie. And then they got Fulham. That could be a tough cookie. And Fulham will probably feel like they need to redeem themselves from not getting the win earlier in the season. The Adama Traore tax and all that. So there's that. So they have a tough run of games. All that being said, all of our ops have tough run of games, man. And so I really do feel that we're in a pretty good position right now to finish in top 4. I do feel that we're in a position where we can overtake Nottingham Forest, possibly overtake Arsenal for second place. But Nottingham Forest are going to give us a run for their money. It's on Nottingham Forest. If they drop points, if Nottingham Forest drop points and we win at some point in the season, we will be equal. No, we will be overtaking them by goal difference. And Nottingham Forest can drop points. They dipped a bit in form towards the end. Like I was saying, guys, you get to the end of the season and, you know, performances kind of go out the window and you start relying more on results. So there's that. But all right, let me check on the scores of the Champions League match. See if any of these guys ended yet. Ooh, Ooh, Real Madrid and Real Madrid and Real Madrid and Real Madrid. Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are currently going into extra time. Wow. I should pop that up on my screen real quick. Bear with me, guys. Let me do that. No, that's EAFC. Why'd I open EAFC? All right, fuck it. Doesn't matter. We're not playing EAFC, guys. We're not doing it. Nope, nope, nope. Stop it. Stop it. All right. Let me read your chats. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay. Our performers need to get better, but we got the points. Hopefully more confidence for players. Yeah, I mean, ideally, Jason, I agree with you, but I feel like that's not going to happen now for the season. I feel like we're at a point of the season where everyone is just hoping for results and performances are going to start dipping across the board. Just because players start to get tired and shit, and yeah, it just... I think even last season, a lot of teams started to dip off as well, so I don't think it's anything new. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed or surprised about. As long as we're getting the points, I think we'll be totally fine, and we can get away with a lot. Maybe it's on TNT Sports. Yeah. That's Villa. TNT Sports 2. That's Arsenal. And Villa won their match, so good for them. TNT Sports Ultimate? Nope. All right, I'll find out in a minute where it is. Okay. Big up the Bridge Nation. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, people. Yep. Good shit, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, because it does help out the channel tremendously. I did up the subscribe or the chat section to be subscribed for 5 minutes because a lot of people were flaking. So I had false numbers. I feel like a lot of people don't realize who I am, and then they subscribe, and then they realize, oh, I don't like this guy's opinion, and they unsubscribe before they can hear me flesh out my opinion. Anyways, it is what it is. I don't really care. UK. Okay, I see now. Let me do that. How do I not? Oh, here it is. All right, cool. Now I got the game in the background. Sweet. Anyways, so next chat. Let's talk Cucurella. Bro, best left back in the Premier League. I would like to say so. Listen, I like Anthony Robinson. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player. He's become a great player, I should say. But actually, let's look up Anthony Robinson's stats this season for Fulham. All right, transfer market, Anthony Robinson. The only other person that can talk is Gvardiol, and I'm not entertaining Gvardiol conversations. What are we doing, bro? Like, he's been Man City's best player, but has he been better than Cucurella? Nah, dude. They've conceded so many goals. Actually, how many goals have Man City conceded? Have they conceded more than us? I feel like they have. Because I don't think we've been that bad in terms of defensive stats. We haven't been ideal, but it hasn't been that bad. Goals against. Wow. Wow, we're actually very similar. All right, never mind. we have less goals against by 2. It's not that big of a difference. But yeah, no, Cucurella is a fantastic player, man. He's gonna. I'm glad he's worked out. And bro, Cucurella's one of those players that like goes to show if you're patient, you can actually see out what a player could do, and they could come good. You know, and Cucurella has come good. So he's been fantastic for Chelsea this season, man. Anthony Robinson does give us a run for our money, though. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. 10 goals and 7 assists is a very impressive number for this season for a left back. Cucurella is on 8 goals, I believe, right? Let me look at Cucurella. 10 goals and how many assists did I say, guys? 10 and 7. 17 GNA. Cucurella. I'm going to give this to you guys while I look over the stats, all right? There you go.
He drinks estrella, he eats paella, his hair is massive.
His hair is fucking massive. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so Cucurella is not Google. Cucurella is on 5 and 4. Anthony Robinson actually could win it. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I wouldn't actually be upset if Anthony Robinson got it. 10 goals and 7 assists this season for Anthony Robinson is actually tremendous. It is actually tremendous. What about Vardio? What about Vardio? What about Vardio? Jasko, what are you on this season? I know you have goals. You might actually be. No, actually, let me lie. I take that back. Holland is still their top goal scorer, but Jasko is 5-2. Yo, Anthony Robinson actually might win based off GNA. I ain't gonna hold you guys. Anthony Robinson might win based off of GNA for best left back of the season. But hey, I'm gonna vouch for Cucurella just because he's cuckoo, you know. And I'm pretty sure we've still conceded less goals. No, holy shit, bro. Goals against for Fulham is also 38. We're 2 better. Fuck me, man. I guess it's going to depend on what place you finish. Anthony Robinson could still get it, though. 10-7 is crazy. Okay. Forever Chell saying, what signings do you want to see in the summer, Marshall? You want specific signings, like players, or do you want, like, positions? Let me know in the chat, and I'll let you know in a second. 49 points. Our last 4 games are hard. Yeah, our last 4 games are hard. But like I was saying before, I do think we can get a result against Newcastle. I do think we can get a result against Everton. Or no. Yeah. United. So the Newcastle United game, I think we get a result. I think we lose to Liverpool, and I think we draw to Nottingham Forest. So I do feel that, you know, it could go either way. It depends. We're going to have players coming back, and I really hope those players, like, you know, step up and carry the team for the final leg of the season, you know. Okay, Newcastle are an overrated and mediocre side. We beat them 9 out of 10 times as long as we don't shoot ourselves in the foot. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't think they're mediocre, so I do disagree with that. But I do think they're just as inconsistent as everyone else, just as inconsistent as us, and we're a younger team, you know. I do think they were at one point heavily relying on Isak. And now that people have been picking up on that, they've kind of nullified him a little bit. Lewis Hall is out, and he's been pretty good for them and efficient in that left back role. So big up to Lewis Hall for that. I mean, how he's developed into a player is impressive. But I would still take Cucurella over Lewis Hall any day. And Gordon hasn't really been the Gordon of old, really. He hasn't been that great this season. He's been all right, but he's been lackluster a bit. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Brahim Diaz, bro. They're not good. All right, 70 points, normally top 4. Yeah, exactly. So with 72, I think we can get there, guys. I really think we can get there. Like, people were overreacting on their bad slump. When we get players back and stuff, when we start winning games, I think everything's going to change. And I am going to have a receipt stream, and I'm going to laugh at some of you guys that sat here in my very chat on this very show telling me that this is the worst season you've ever seen as a Chelsea fan. Ridiculous. Chelsea pitch owners, I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Yep. We will speak on them, though. I promise you. Big up Mbappe Stinker, Vinny Stinker. When we had all of our players fit, we rarely drop points. Now that we got them back, I think we can go a long way. I agree forever, Chelsea. I also do think that it goes to show that we need to enrich our depth, because the depth that we have wasn't necessarily as good as we thought it was. We definitely overrated the depth that we had, and it shows because the inconsistencies, obviously. You would think that with I thought that with the players that we had, we'd get good results, but some of these players just aren't good enough, unfortunately, in my example. Cucurella, example for young players, had bad one season, now he's bad. Yeah, exactly. You could even say he had one bad season and one mediocre season. Last season against Poch, with Poch, it was a mediocre season. I mean, he didn't really play much. He was injured. Now he stays fit. He's one of the fittest in the team. I don't think Cucurella's gotten injured once this season, to be honest. He's just been suspended. Will Liverpool's loss yesterday affect the top 5 UCL spot for the Prem? I don't understand the rules. I believe no. As far as I'm aware, I believe not, because Arsenal are advancing. One of either Tottenham or United will advance, and I do think Tottenham, despite losing 1-0 in their previous Europa League game, will still advance. Or both teams should advance, and then we're going to win the Conference League. I think that boosts our coefficient big time. If we are keeping Maresca next season, he needs backing, not left short like now. Jason, I think that I agree. I think that this season was more so to gauge what players are good enough to keep and what players haven't helped and what players need to go. And it's really learning his system and his style to really gauge what we really need versus guessing in the summer without having seen him play that much for Chelsea players and, you know, hoping that the signings we get works out. All right, players, gotcha. For striker, don't hate me, ladies and gents. For striker, I'm going for either Osimhen or Delap. I do think Delap is a good player. Guys, Delap has 10 goals in the league playing for Ipswich. I will repeat one more time, ladies and gents. It's not Rory. What's his first name? Ryan? I forgot the last first name. All right. Delap playing for a lesser side has gotten 10 goals by himself. That's impressive if you ask me. Now there's Delap, right? In terms of winger option, I do feel that Gittins wouldn't be a bad option. We could potentially Liam, thank you for every Chelsea. We could potentially go back for Tell, but now I don't want Tell after seeing him play for Tottenham. But I think we go for a Gittins. I think the links for Gittins is very, very, very strong. You guys might not like him, but hey, it is what it is. This is the model. You just gotta kind of, you know, you might not like it, but you gotta also know what you're in for now. Then for center back, I personally, next season, I would go for goalkeepers just to get this out of the way. Petrovic gets to start for me next season. You don't even need to sign another goalkeeper. Aspie's coming on. My captain Aspie. Captain, leader, legend, Aspie Laqueta stepped on the pitch, ladies and gents. Give him that Champions League minerals. You know what I'm saying?
Minerals, bruv.
He knows all about beating Real Madrid. Anyways, Petrovic for me comes into the side and he stays. And I really want to believe that number 2 is going to be Penders. Meaning that Jorgensen and Sanchez need to find another home. Time will tell. That does sound a little diluted. Wow, if you had actually struck that, you may have had a chance. But yeah, I sound a little deluded thinking that could happen, but hey, you never know. Football is football. So, center backs is a tough one. Personally, me, guys, if I were to sign one center back, I am going for Murillo. Murillo at Nottingham Forest is my number 1 choice. I have liked him ever since we started getting linked to him, and I do think he's good. I would like to give Fofana another season now that I've seen how good he is when he is available. But it also depends on the hamstring situation. I would give Fofana another season, but I wouldn't be upset if we got rid of Fofana as long as we replace him. But I do genuinely feel that we go for, oh my God, we do go for Murillo. And I think that player is a good player to have. I think he's a solid center back. So those are my choices for every Chelsea. So now, real quick, just to get into the CPO stuff. Does he? I feel like Tosin's not a bad leader, to be honest. People give him... I feel like people overreact over Tosin's performances. I don't think he's been nearly as bad as people like to claim he is. I do think Tosin has been pretty okay. Like a 6 out of 10 this season. Maybe a 5, you know, if you want to be super critical. But I don't think he's been bad. I think he's been maybe our second best center back this season. I do think our best center back has been Wesley Fofana. Then Levi Cole. I don't think Levi Cole has been good. And after I saw how much coverage Fofana, how much of the cracks Fofana was covering for Levi, I don't think Levi Cole has been that great this season. So On the Chelsea pitch owners and my title here. Obviously, it was meant to kind of trigger some people, but I don't really care. People are talking about the stadium. Why are people talking about the stadium? Because ladies and gents, ladies and gents, sorry, I gotta fucking. I looked at a tweet real quick. That made me laugh. Okay, let's look at Man United. That's why, guys. Because before we could even start talking and manifesting a real, conversation about our future, whatchamacallit, home at Chelsea. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking here. All right, here we go. United finally got, started with working on a stadium before we could. 100K capacity. It's going to be done by, when was the year? 2030? So in 5 years from now, they're starting construction pretty much. They're going to start the project. And they're going to have a new stadium by 2030. Now, if it's PR or not, I think this is a big stretch to do PR. I'll be honest with you. Especially after what Jim Ratcliffe was saying with the ownership, right? And debt, and how if they didn't make the cuts, they would have been in debt. Or they would have had to declare bankruptcy or some shit by the end of December. But yeah, oh my God, Brahim Diaz. Oh my God. Yo, this is going to go to penalties. I already know. Anyways, so this happened, and as a result, obviously it triggered a lot of conversations within the Chelsea fan base about what we're going to do about our stadium. And you guys already know, we talked about it on Casually Chelsea show. There's really only three options. Either we build up each stand one at a time, we expand the stadium, or we move to a completely different stadium. Now, I vote for the fourth option, which is just move the stadium to the United States, and there you go. Nah, I'm kidding, obviously. I'm kidding. As much as I would like to take the stadium and Chelsea and everything I love about it for myself here in the United States, and how much I feel that match-going fans and CPO'S and Twitter fans don't deserve Chelsea, I know there's some of you that are good people, reasonable people, people, greatest people of all time. The casually Chelsea fans, greatest Chelsea fans I've ever seen. Greater, more than you can believe, greater. I do feel that, yeah, there's some good ones here, and I'm not gonna take the club. But yeah, make fun of it what you want. Make fun of it, whatever. It's cool. I think it's cool. I think it's innovative. I think it's different. And they're lucky to be able to get this. Obviously, the performances need to change on the pitch. Otherwise, this is just another hole of debt, if you ask me. But it's going to revolutionize UK football, in my opinion. And it's double the size of what we're going to have at the Bridge. Now, I understand that the Chelsea pitch owners exist for the sole purpose of, well, first of all, from my understanding, its sole conception was to save Chelsea, right? Chelsea were going to go bankrupt, right? I just want you to pay attention to this story. Chelsea were on the verge of bankruptcy and losing the club. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Cue in Chelsea pitch owners. Everyone pitched a little bit to own a piece of Stamford Bridge, and we save Chelsea and Stamford Bridge. Fast forward to 2025. The purpose of the pitch owners is to keep the sanctity of the club or whatever. Just keep the club safe, right? I feel like along the way we have lost what it is that was the purpose of the Chelsea pitch owners. Now, I understand the arguments for standing your ground and being the gatekeeper between Chelsea being expanded and staying, and staying here, right? But when you hear the majority of the fans that are pitch owners, a lot of it is not invested in the best interest of the club, but mostly self reasons. I don't like Bowley. I think these Americans are running the establishment to the ground. I think this and that and that. So for not liking what you're seeing on the pitch, for not liking what you're seeing with how Chelsea's being built and how it's been torn apart in the last 3 years, that is your sole reasoning for not cooperating with the owners and pretty much essentially running your vote like Republicans here in the United States, like Mitch McConnell. Just say no to everything Democrats have to say. Doesn't matter how good or how beneficial. And it's just like, that's not a way. That's just your agenda at that point. You're not looking at the best interest of Chelsea. Now, is there a world where these CPOs think that if the owners were to take over, and take over by that I mean have full control and build a stadium the way they want it to, then we'll just be another commercial tool for them. We won't care about the club. We'll just worry about commercial revenue and how many seats we can fill and how much we can sell them for. And to that extent, I do understand it. The owners have shown that they do care a lot about profits. And it's a strong possibility that could actually be the case, right? In the back of my head, I do worry about a world where potentially these owners only care about the profits. And if they make more profit, then rather than stopping this whole multi-club kid model thing that they've been doing about recruiting young for low salaries and amortizing, rather than quitting that process, they'll just pocket the extra money and continue the process. On the other hand, maybe having the stadium creates enough revenue for where they don't have to do that anymore. So it's very like 50-50 in my opinion. It's not clear as light that this could be something that is going to be beneficial to the club. I can see where it's coming from. However, now people want to shut me down about Earl's Court. The fact that it's still in people's mouths and it's still in the air tells me there's something with it. There is like grounds to which to, believe it's a strong possibility that Earl's Court is a possibility. Other than that, though, I don't know where else you would build the stadium, right? I do believe that the best move for Chelsea would be to build a new stadium somewhere else because of the limitations where Chelsea are currently located. This is 100K capacity stadium. At most where we're at right now, I believe the rumor has it that we can only build up to 60K. It won't be long. It may take a decade or two before we become irrelevant again. See me only going crazy. And I get it. Like, I'm at a point right now where I think the best solution is to just go on and start expanding the bridge. It'll cost you a pretty penny, but you'll at least be making more revenue over time in the long run than not having that revenue at all. And that's going to be up to the Chelsea pitch owners if they're willing to allow it. At least that's my understanding of the whole situation. And knowing these guys and seeing how some of these guys react, it's just saying no for the sake of saying no because you want to stick a middle finger to the owners. And that's not That's not because you care about Chelsea. That's because you don't like the owners. And if a Chelsea pitch owner actually came out in an interview and said what I said, even Ahmed, right? Big up Ahmed. Even Ahmed has never mentioned this. Why he would be opposed. I don't think he is opposed, but he never made an argument for why he would be opposed to, letting the owners expand or rebuild or whatever the stadium. But it's necessary, guys, because I feel like at this rate that we're at, players are getting more and more expensive. Revenue is getting harder and harder to come by, especially for match-going fans. There will come a time where we can't justify the amount of money we're charging for tickets, that fans will go less and less, and we're going to start losing money. And eventually, that money, eventually us falling short of money will result in us not being able to recruit players that we need to recruit. Recruiting subpar players like your KDHs and fucking João Felixes. And I do think that eventually it's going to come to bite us in the ass to the point where we can't keep up with everyone else. And then we'll be fucked, guys. At that point, we eventually become a championship side. And we stay that way. And I don't want to do that. I don't. We don't have owners that are willing to just invest their own money into the club and not give a fuck about the return on investment. Those owners are hard to come by. There are owners that love football, but they're also conscious about revenue. This is a big part of the revenue that we're missing that could help us be more flexible in FFP. That can help us be more flexible with player signings and stuff. Why do you think Man City is able to still sign players? Why do you think Arsenal, as much as they struggled in the first few years of, moving from Highbury to the Emirates, why do you think that they're able to still recruit players and such? There's a lot of factors. I know that's not the only one, but there's a lot of factors. And so I do feel that we will never come to a solution as long as the concept that Chelsea pitch owners exists. I do feel that, people like to say like, oh, the purpose of the Chelsea pitch owners was to keep the sanctity of the club and all that stuff. As far as I'm aware, the purpose of the Chelsea pitch owners was to save Chelsea at one point by having a crowd-funded stadium. And fuck, dude, maybe we can crowdfund a stadium. What if Chelsea crowdfunded a stadium? No, we can't because we wouldn't be able. It's Chelsea pitch owners, whatever they want to do. It's tough, dude. I don't think there's a clear-cut solution to this outside of just expanding. We have to expand. We have to do something is what I'm trying to say. And it's going to suck because we're going to have to later on invest again into the stadium sooner than everyone else. But we have to do something, guys, because the price of tickets is not going to go down if we have to make up money for lost revenue of not having 20,000 more seats in the stadium. But at the same time, I understand it. What if the extra money you make from the stadium doesn't go back into the team? I get it. I understand that point. But I feel like we're at a standstill. And another thing I forgot to mention, apparently the owners have yet to propose an actual idea for, stadium expansion. Which is, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we taking so long? This is something crucial, pivotal. We have to get started on this now so that we can finish it before these guys leave. So that we can get this sooner. It's a tough situation, guys, and it does upset me because I really do want to see, for me, I don't want to see Chelsea fall behind everyone else. I want to see Chelsea come out with the schematics for a cool fucking stadium like this. Bro, you guys can probably tell me, do you guys think that the UK would ever be able to host a World Cup with the size of the stadiums that they have? Because by 2030, United, Old Trafford, or whatever New Trafford it's going to get called, will be a stadium they can use for the World Cup. I think West Ham Stadium can be a stadium that's used for the World Cup. Wembley, Then you look at the Etihad. These are actually, yeah, now that I think about it, Tottenham, the Emirates, actually, yeah, they could host a World Cup. If the UK wanted to, they could host a World Cup. But Stamford Bridge won't be picked. I'll tell you that. Our good old Stamford Bridge will not be picked. We will not get any revenue out of it. And honestly, people, like, here's the thing, because I was watching More Liez the other day. He was talking about a stadium. And he was saying how he wasn't a fan of the whole events, space, and sphere and all that shit. I feel like that is such a antiquated way to look at stadiums. Like, you have to think about it from a financial point of view. Look at how Old Trafford's been run to the ground. That's because maintenance is something that you have to pay for, and it costs money. Maintaining a stadium that size, you have to have staff that are cleaning the toilets, that are patching up the janitors, yet patching up potholes and fixing up all that shit all around. Like, you gotta have people that are constantly maintaining the stadium, cleaning the seats, all that shit. That costs money. So when you're only at your ground for what, half the year because home and away, what do you do with the stadium when you're not using it? So I think it's just an efficient way to maintain relevant and make money in a sport where it is very difficult to make money in football. Which is why a lot of people that maybe you would want to buy the football club aren't interested, because there's no revenue in there. I don't know. But I feel like we need to start accepting new norms and new ways and new workarounds for, you know, just being relevant in football, being relevant in financially healthy. You can't do it without putting money into it. And I don't think you can do it without making funds elsewhere, from events, from sports, so on and so forth. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I really don't. Have more people come to the stadium and love the stadium. Have more people talk highly about my Stamford Bridge. I don't understand this weird dynamic that people have. Like, there are a lot of people, actually, no, I do understand it. It's called being a hater. Being a hater. A lot of people are just haters for no reason. The other day, RSM was showing me a post that someone was making fun of these guys, you know, doing a little video or TikTok in front of the bridge. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I get it. But like, I think they just had, there's a negative stigma against tourists. And it's just so weird. It's so weird how people want to keep a club that is international, want to keep a club that isn't even pure English. It's a club that has players from all walks of life, all walks of the world, and all different nationalities. You essentially want to keep it to just people who have an English passport. That means these guys' families and friends and parents can't come and watch them play. It's just such a weird dynamic to have, bro. It's like, bro, you know your stadium isn't exclusive to the UK. You know Chelsea isn't exclusive to the UK. You know you participate in European competition. Like, this is a global team. So when I hear shit about like tourists and stuff, and tourists are ruining the bridge, nah, bro, nah. Chelsea fans have been ruining the bridge. You guys have been petty and ungrateful bitches at the bridge. Bro, if you actually cared at all about that issue, about tourists and shit, about the atmosphere at the bridge, watch the games and listen to the crowd during preseason and in Club World Cup. Guarantee you you won't hear us booing our players. Guarantee you won't hear a poor environment. It's weird. It's so weird to have this weird stigma against tourists, or, you know, against tourist fans and international fans. Like, at the end of the day, we all want Chelsea to succeed. Why do you want to keep it exclusive to you? And I also feel like there's this weird childish, like, I'm a better fan than you. Bro, why do I give a shit? First of all, who the fuck are you? All right? Listen, ladies and gents, word of advice. Little Marshall advice time, all right? Never give a fuck about the opinions of sheep. Or a lion cares not for the opinions of sheep. Meaning, don't give a fuck about people's opinions who mean absolutely nothing to you. You should care about the opinions your family has or people you held to high regards and all that stuff, because a lot of times those people aren't giving you just shit opinions, they're giving you actual criticism for life. But what the fuck do I care if a Chelsea fan on Twitter or whatever, and I said this on a tweet, thinks if I'm proper Chelsea or not? Bro, who the fuck are you? I don't know you. You probably have a small dick anyways. Like, fuck out of here defending fucking Chelsea. Like, bro, you ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna go to the bridge. I'm gonna cheer. I'm gonna call myself a true fan. And you ain't gonna do shit about it. You ain't gonna do shit about it. I dare you to do something about it. Pussy all. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but like, it's just weird. It's this weird ego thing that, y'all, a lot of you guys have to like, just eat a handful of like mushrooms you find in the woods and just come out a different person. Kill your ego. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's a shame that we're probably not gonna hear or see a new stadium anytime soon. And it's looking bleak, man. And then you have Chelsea pitch owners and fans that just want to go contrarian for the sake of sticking it to the big man. Fuck off, dude. You don't care about Chelsea at that point. Yet you call me a bad fan. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. It's shit like that that makes me want the sport to come to the U.S. Like, at first I wasn't for this whole, oh, play a Premier League game in the U.S. because I felt like it ruined traditions. But now I don't give a shit about your traditions. Because your traditions have left my football club in a state of where, fuck, man, we can't even be considered for a World Cup if we had a World Cup in the UK. And we can't even, like, you know, make revenue from our own stadium enough to, like, cover for FFP and PSR. So now we have to rely on selling kids. It is what it is. But at the same time, ownership, propose a fucking plan soon. Because United looks like they're in a... the United's kind of clowning on you. Even with all the bullshit United going through with the finances and all that shit, bro, they kind of look at you and said like, yeah, fuck you. We're going to build a stadium before you do. So it's kind of embarrassing in that sense. But yeah, that's enough for me, guys, with Chelsea pitch owners and all the bullshit. So it is what it is. And I could be wrong about my opinion, guys. I know more than likely there's a lot I don't know. I'm not a hardcore Chelsea fan. I don't care to have that title. If I do, cool. But like, I don't give a shit about other people's opinions about how much of a fan I am. So when I say like I'm a casual and I stepped away from Chelsea for a bit amount of time, I don't really care if people want to call me a real fan or not. I just genuinely don't care. I think it's a childish thing. Fighting over who's the bigger fan. Like, the fuck's dick are you trying to suck, bro? Anyways. All right, we'll read the chat and then we'll close it out, ladies and gents. Big up to every single one of you who are probably watching Champions League in the background like me and aren't here because I forgot 10 UK time right now is 6 p.m. my time. We need a Fofana profile. Fofana profile would be nice. Tosin actually been better than Trev and Colwell in my opinion. Much agreed. And till this day, I still hold that I think Trevor Chalobah is our worst defender. I can't believe I even thought for a second that Sassi was worse than him. Ridiculous. Tosin been good. You guys already know. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you haven't done so already. All helps us out tremendously. Some dead guy has to look at a river or some dumb shit. Oh, you're talking about the whole... we can't... Oh, I forgot to read this chat too. What would this season look like if we had a striker that could jump and head the ball? I mean, probably decent. It's probably a decent season. We'd probably be in third or second. I don't think we'd be challenger for the league though. Yeah, this. I think this rule would just not allow us to build the stadium up any higher at any point, but we can still expand stands. Yeah, we'll see. It's a law from the 1880s. It is a very old one. Wow, United building a circus to fit all their clowns in. Yeah, that's actually a funny way to look at it, Coco. That's actually funny as fuck. But it's actually very embarrassing that Everton is going to have a bigger stadium than us. Yeah, it is. It fucking is. And I don't get it, and I'm not proper Chelsea because I want a new stadium. Fuck off, eat a dick, choke on it, and just never talk ever again. That's my opinion on that. It's a law from the 1700s. Yeah. How big is SoFi Stadium, bro? I heard that these owners were going to hire them to build the new stadium. Bro, if they do, that'd be dope. I heard SoFi is sick. I'm not in California. That's the West Coast. I'm in the East Coast. But I heard SoFi is fucking sick. TJ and Staffy can talk to you on that because they went last season for preseason. Gatekeeping the club from international fans. Yeah, it's weird, bro. It is so weird. Losers. That's honestly, that's loser mentality. It's such a loser thing to do, and it's such incel-y behavior. Like, those people are losers, bro. They have nothing going on for their lives. They have to actually worry about gatekeeping for fans and bullshit and have a bleak understanding of how the world works. Why can't we do support metrics? Stick a microphone on all 4 stands and discount the away end noise. Measure how much noise in decibels and how frequent it is compared to other clubs. I bet ours wouldn't be that great. I'll be so honest with you. But yeah, like, bro, this is why, like, one of the things I've always said when I started watching the Premier League, not that I started watching recently, I've been watching the Premier League for years now, but like, one of the things I've always held in terms of like atmospheres, the Premier League and its culture, it doesn't beat South American atmosphere. It doesn't beat US atmosphere. I'm sorry. You guys can say whatever you want, hate all you want. The USA has such a better atmosphere and more fun with the MLS in terms of audience and entertainment and having a fun time going out to the game and looking forward to it, even with a loss, and just keeping you in high spirits. Versus you miserable cunts that like to go to this game, want to see people be miserable, complain about a DJ or a fucking sofa in the middle of the match or in the middle of the fucking pitch, pretending like, oh, I wouldn't care if they just read the room. We're losing. Yeah, because we fucking plan the day of the game of having a DJ. Fucking clueless. People don't understand. All these events, they plan it way, way in advance. Because sometimes we're booking artists and really well-known people that have busy schedules. So you have to plan these events way in advance. You can't just cancel last minute because you saw, oh, we're losing 1-0. We shouldn't bring out the DJ. Fuck off, dude. Like, make going to Stamford Bridge more fun. You should be able, for the price that you're paying, for the price that we pay here in the States, we should be able to go and get more than just the football. The football is great. I love going to matches for the football. That's the main reason. That's the main attraction. But give me something else to hold on to as a memory. Give me something else to distract me from the football if we're losing. Keep my spirits up. Keep the energy high. Instead, you fucking cunts in Stamford Bridge want to be miserable and don't want anyone to cheer or be happy. Like, fuck off, man. If we're losing, if I go to the bridge, which I will go one day, and we're losing, bro, I'm still cheering my ass off. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys. I hate all you. 70,000, that's the kind of stadium Chelsea deserves. I agree. You can then measure often the team is support when it's losing, drawing, and winning positions. We can say how good / bad our support is. Yeah, I agree. Oh, but what I was saying with that is that, like, bro, the US atmosphere or just the American atmosphere, and I talk about America in terms of North, Central, and South America. You got motherfuckers beating drums, megaphones, constantly singing, keeping up a beat. There's a whole ass like tempo to it. Like the energy's always high. Bro, even me who, like, I'm not the biggest MLS fan. Like, if I got offered tickets to whatever game, I will still go because it's still fun to go and watch football in these environments. Like, fucking A, guys. I went to see Liverpool and Arsenal. It was a free ticket, don't get me wrong. I don't like these teams, but because we went, it was in the US and it was in Philadelphia, I still had a blast. Even though my team wasn't playing. It's just a good environment. It's a good time out with friends. Like you get to do so much, and people want to ruin it and say like, no, I don't want you to be happy. Fuck you. I hate people, bro. Not beating the atmosphere in the Bundesliga or South America though. I gotta watch from Bundesliga really to tell. But like, yeah, just the UK atmosphere is kind of bogus, is what I'm trying to get at. Big up, Chris. The UK atmosphere don't let you bring most of them stuff, which is stupid, bro. It's just dumb, just dumb. Bring your voices just so you can boo. Man, bring a drum, bring a megaphone. Like, you should be able to do that. Or at least put a mic. Actually, don't. Actually, I take back everything I said. Don't even put a mic in the stands. Why? Because when you guys, not you guys in chat, but when you fucking match going fans go to the stadium and start saying fucking shit like, no, you know what? If we had microphones and you guys, match going fans, go to the stadium, they would pick up on all you guys going, he passed it back. Fuck off.
Feels a kind of weak, bro.
Fuck off. So no microphones until Chelsea rectify their behavior. Fucking hate that. Marshall, have you ever heard Chelsea cage rattling? Oh yeah, I have. They should keep that. That should be something that they should have for sure. I hear it. Atmosphere in South America superior. We need to almost make it like competitive with back data so we can say, yo, imagine you get dock points on your team for better atmosphere. Like you have to actually compete. Yo, Americans, ruin the sport, please. Bring that, instill that into the Premier League. Vote on it through the FA. Majority American vote. Let's get that in there. Docked points based on atmosphere. The better atmosphere gets a bonus point. Heavy crazy. Okay, and then last thing, the cage rattling is Chelsea's elite. Yeah, they should keep that in the next iteration of the stadium. I really do agree on that. Guys, this is going to penalties and it's tied, but Marshall Heel turned 2025. Yeah, I've had enough, Chris. I've had enough. Everyone can suffer now. So I'm leaning into it. But all right, guys, we're gonna end it here. Went over an hour. It's okay. I think I have to just stick to one topic from now on because the one topic I take up so much time talking about that one topic. But yeah, Real Madrid, Atletico currently on penalties. Enjoy the rest of that match, guys. I do think Real Madrid's gonna win, but Atletico put up a good game. But yeah, big up to every single. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Can you imagine the press conference Rex is saying we are 19th in the league for atmosphere? Bro, that'd be so devastating. I'll do a little baby watch along my reactions. Oh, Atletico missed a goal. I didn't see that. Or did they get penalized for Julian Alvarez slipping? What happened there? Does anyone know and can tell me? All right, I'm gonna do a little watch along for you guys. Exclusive watch along on Casually FC on the Chelsea Hour. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's Correa, right? Correa almost got his goal blocked. That is Correa, right? Is that his name? I forget his name, man. Bro, Courtois got a hand on that, but he just misplaced his hand. If his hand was just a little higher, he would have saved that. Oh shit, Atleti are losing on penalties right now, man. That's crazy. So if this is Vasquez, right? No, it's not Vasquez. What's his name? I forget his name, bro. If Oblak saves this, they're back in it. Valverde? No, it's Vasquez. I'm pretty sure it's Vasquez. He's gonna go wide. Oh, Oblak saved it. They're back in it. They're back in it. That was such a bad penalty. Holy shit, that was a bad penalty. Bro, in the middle of the fucking, in between the whatever. I heard that Galadog scored a goal. Did he? I don't think bro, am I dreaming? Let's see. Did Gallagher score a goal? There it is. Okay, Atletico de Madrid. Oh my God, Gallagher scored a goal in the first minute. Holy shit. Wow. I'm not going to hear the end of it with Ahmed now. Oh my God, bro. What a shitty penalty. God, he looked nervous as fuck. He hit the corner. That was a horrible penalty. The amount of power he hit that with. There was no shit he was gonna sky it. Oh, he nearly did sky it. Hey. Marcos Llorente trying to get in his head, but Mbappe losing his head. Bruh. Dude, he hit that with so much power. It's no shit that he fucking hit the crossbar. Exclusive Casually FC watch along here on the Chelsea Hour. So if Madrid make this, that's it. It's over. Tony Rudiger. Imagine Oblak saves this. Oh, Oblak almost saved it. God damn. Unlucky Oblak. Unlucky Oblak. Wow. Oh, and they're doing the Rudiger run. They're doing the Rudiger run. That's hilarious. Ah, man. I feel bad for Atletico Madrid. I feel bad for Atletico Madrid. That's so unlucky. That's so unlucky for them. Oblak got his hands on it, nearly saved it, but just wasn't enough. Rudiger hit it with just enough. Oh, it's Lucas Vasquez. Oh, big up Simeone, man. Simeone's saying, nah, the crowd needs to cheer. It's okay. We made it far. Cheer, cheer. Damn, I feel bad for Atletico fans. Big up to frickin' Simeone. He's saying like, yo, cheer on. We played a good game. Respect it. Yeah. Man, that's so unlucky from Oblak. So unlucky. He just got under it. That would have been an epic storyline if Oblak had saved it. Yo, even Rudiger looked nervous as fuck, dude. Yeah, unlucky. Griezmann goes another season without well, actually, yeah, Griezmann doesn't get a UCL. Unlucky. Considering Atletico were 1-0 down on aggregate, or 2-1, they were losing 2-1 on aggregate. They come back, take the lead, keep a clean sheet, take it to extra time. They had chances, they missed them, and take it to penalties. Man, Madrid almost saw blood there. Oh my God, and these guys are ruthless. They're celebrating in front of the Atletico fans. Ruthless. Yikes, man. Football's a humbler, man. Football's a humbler. Don't worry, Aspie. You want a Chelsea, you want a UCL with the best team. Where it counts. Yeah. Yeah, but good on Rudiger. Scored his penalty. What's his face? Fucked it up. What's his face? Hala Madrid. Miss Rudy, bro. Yeah, I miss Rudiger as well. All that talent on the pitch and Gallagher scored. Yeah. No, but big up Simeone, bro. Simeone's not letting this shit get them down. He's keeping the morale high. He knows that they still have the league to fight for. They still have the league to fight for. I think the Atletico fans have something to be proud of. Because they did fight for their lives. They did play a good game. You do gotta respect it. They played a good game, and were able to make a comeback and nearly went through. If Llorente had just made that penalty, bro, Oblak did the work for them to stay alive, and Llorente misses it right next. So it is what it is. Oh, and Oblak almost saved it again, bro. Oblak would have been a hero. That's so unfortunate. All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to call it here. Little penalty reaction watch along for you guys. Oh, Arsenal. Your days are numbered. This is as far as you go in UCL history. They're washed. They're done. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. There's no way to do. But all right, guys, I'm going to end it here. I had to head the fuck out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave a message down below. Let us know your thoughts on everything we discussed today. El Clasico in the final, possibly. But I don't think so. I think Bayern do stop Barcelona, but we'll see. Time will tell. Okay. Shout outs to TM127EE, Dark, Adrian, A. Soliman, Daniel, and Mofuzu. I do need to check these to make sure they're accurate. But those are supposedly our proper casuals and higher tier members that get shout out at the end of every stream here at Casually FC as a perk of that membership. So thank you to every single one of you. We'll be back tomorrow, or I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for the Copenhagen reaction. We'll watch that game. And yeah, guys, be sure to smash the like if you haven't done so already, and all that fun stuff. We're not rating today. But yeah, be sure to be there for Copenhagen tomorrow, and Friday will be American Idiots on TJ Warren TV, and then Saturday we have a match preview with, you can probably guess who it is. All right, but yeah, big up to every single one of you. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in. Ciao. Stay casual.